Hey Tiger Cubs, welcome back to Tiger Cub News. It took me a good 5 minutes to write this line, so I hope you like it.
Anyways, hey Tiger Cubs.
Yo, what's good everybody? Today we're doing a special Best Anchor Day. So Claire, Caden, if you please, leave.
That's
Thanks.
not official. We're actually doing an Earth Day themed episode.
Anyways, before Kian starts again, let's start the episode off with ASB announcements with Taylor and Willow.
Welcome to ASB Announcements with Taylor and Willow. Happy Earth Day, everyone!
Oh, it's my favorite holiday after Halloween. Shout out to Earth for always keeping me grounded.
That's a really funny joke, Taylor.
I know.
Anyways, this Friday is our school dance. Theme is Candyland, so come buy your tickets for $7 by Miss Williams' room for a guaranteed night of fun. It will run from 6 to 8 p.m., and I can't wait to see everyone there.
I'm excited too. In addition to the dance, next Friday, May 3rd, is Star Wars Day. Come to school in any Star Wars wear you have.
That reminds me, on this Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, there is the Footloose musical.
Please buy a ticket if you can to support our SPMS actors.
That's all.
Again, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Willow. See you next time, Tiger Cubs.
Don't you ever feel like going outside and taking a big breath of fresh air?
Yep, I got baseball, bro. What about you?
I guess swimming sweaty cats.
Okay. Anyways, next is Oz's Obscurities with obscure and awesome facts about Earth.
What's up, Tiger Cubs? It's Oz, and welcome to our fourth Oz's Obscurities. This episode, we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite second planet, Earth. Number 1, did you know that Earth isn't circle-shaped, but more like an oval? That's pretty obscure.
Huh?
Number 2, sea levels are constantly rising, so Venice will be completely submerged in 80 years. Number 3, more than 80% of our ocean is unexplored. That's pretty creepy if you think about it. Number 4, Earth is 4.54 billion years old. That's ancient. Number 5, there are places on Earth with less gravity, which means my glorious King LeBron can ball even higher there. Well, that's all for our segment, Tired Cubs. I'll see you guys in the next one.
That was pretty obscure.
Okay, Kaden.
Bro, this kid, I swear.
Who even created Earth Day? Like, it's not that even important, right?
Seriously, Kaden? You literally live on Earth. You're basically saying the place that you're living on isn't important.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh. Why you bugging, man?
Well, then let's learn more about Earth Day.
Earth Day is fast approaching. On Earth Day, we make sure to honor our planet, pick up litter, and plant trees. But what is the point of Earth Day anyway? Since the Industrial Revolution, humans have been making new technologies. But, as a result, carbon and methane emissions have polluted our atmosphere. Since the Industrial Revolution, Earth's average temperature has risen 1.1 degrees Celsius. On April 22, 1970, the first Earth Day was made to counter the effects of climate change by bringing awareness about this issue. Earth Day has been around for a while, but what can we do on Earth Day? Some of the things we can do are help plant trees for the community and volunteer for activities such as cleaning up the beach or composting. You can also do many other things, such as make bird feeders and make gardens that benefit our wildlife. Although Earth Day may be just a small step towards fixing climate change, it brings forth an idea of reciprocity for the Earth and is the beginning of the action against global warming. Thanks for watching, Tiger Cubs. See you next time.
Wow, I never knew that.
Of course you didn't, since you hate Earth.
What? I don't hate Earth. I never said that.
Yes, you did. Don't lie to yourself. You're just afraid to admit that Earth is more important than you. That's why Earth Day exists.
I don't hate Earth. Oh my god.
Caden hates Earth and he thinks it's flat. Let's be real.
It's not flat?
Okay, Kaden. Let's move on to Tiger Cub Chronicles with Owen, Mateo, Izzy, and Lex.
Hi Tiger Cubs. Today, Tiger Cub Chronicles will be explaining the Chernobyl disaster in honor of Earth Day. On April 26, 1986, the fourth reactor of the Chernobyl nuclear plant exploded. This explosion initially killed 2 people. Then, many of the dozens of workers died from radiation sickness, but over time, the radiation was estimated to have killed thousands. How did this happen? The events leading up to the disaster started on April 25th, the day before the incident. The fourth reactor was going to close down for a maintenance checkup, but it was decided that it would keep running at low power. The enforcer of this decision was Viktor Bryukhanov, the manager at the time. Viktor did this to test if it could keep power in the plant if there was a loss of power. Unfortunately, due to mismanagement on Viktor's part, necessary safety measures were not taken, making the risk of disaster much higher. Things started to go wrong early morning on the day of the incident. The power was dropped much lower than it was supposed to, probably because of human error. Regardless, though, the plant decided to just carry out the experiment at low power. At around 1 a.m., the power in the reactor started to increase rapidly, without showing any signs of stopping. The amount of power in the reactor ruptured many of its parts, and the explosion followed. The reaction spread across the neighboring countries, polluting the environment. The Chernobyl disaster was the first nuclear power plant failure that resulted in death, and also caused the largest uncontrolled radioactive release ever recorded for a civilian operation. According to the last Soviet Union leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, this disaster contributed more to the fall of the Soviet Union than perestroika and glasnost, his social reforms. After the disaster occurred, nuclear safety standards and procedures were greatly improved, not just in Soviet plants, but across the globe. That's all, Tiger Cubs. See you next time.
I bet the nuclear waste wasn't good for our planet. That I do not hate Earth. See, I don't hate Earth, guys.
Okay, Kaden. But yeah, I agree. The nuclear waste was definitely not good for the Earth.
Yep, for sure. Got that right, y'all. Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry now.
Talking about hungry, next up is cooking cookies with Monty and me.
Today we are making Earth Day cookies. First, preheat the oven to 375 degrees. Then, gather the ingredients. Stir flour, baking soda, and baking powder together in a small bowl. And cream butter and sugar until smooth. Then, beat in egg and vanilla. Gradually add in flour mixture. Split the dough into 2 pieces. In one half, add blue food coloring and green food coloring to the other half. Take an even amount of both doughs and roll them together. Then dip into sugar and place 2 inches apart on a baking sheet. Cook till edges are golden, about 8 to 10 minutes. Here's the results. I give the cookies a 4 out of 5, Taylin a 3.5 out of 5, and Claire a 2.5 out of 5. Here are the pros and cons. Thanks for watching. Bye, Tiger Cubs.
I'm gonna be honest, those were great. Sure, the best cookies I've ever tasted in my life.
Thanks, Kian.
Was it that good?
It was scrumptious.
Now, I know for sure that is not a word.
Next up, Kaden is going to teach us about the Paris Climate Accord.
I am? I'm not ready for this. I haven't even studied.
Not you, other Kaden.
Oh, I totally need that.
The Paris Climate Accord, agreed to by nearly every nation on Earth in 2015, set out on an ambitious global mission to tackle the overarching threat of climate change, with increasing heat waves, wildfires, hurricanes, and sea level rise making the impacts of a warming planet painfully clear. The accord aimed to stabilize global temperatures and avoid the most catastrophic events of climate change through concerted international cooperation. Currently, 194 countries are following the Paris Agreement. Each country submits NDCs or nationally determined contributions, which are updated every 5 years to show progress. The Paris Agreement's main goal is to lower the average temperature to under 2 degrees Celsius, and then aspire for 1.5 when that is achieved. To do this, they try to reduce emissions of greenhouse gases. As of 2023, there are 18 carbon dioxide trapping facilities in the world. However, trapping is not enough. The US says in its NDC that it'll work one sector at a time to better electricity over natural gas and work on electric vehicle transportation. The accord also says it will provide countries funding to work on becoming more carbon neutral. It also helps countries adopt more carbon-neutral practices without threatening natural resources or citizens. The U.S. announced that it would join the Climate Accord in 2016, less than a year after it came out. However, the Trump administration left the agreement stating that it would harm the American economy. As soon as Biden was president, he announced the U.S. would rejoin the accord, saying it would help the U.S. with climate change mitigation and help prevent the catastrophic events caused by it. In conclusion, the Paris Climate Accord remains one of the most significant international agreements to curb climate change's devastating impacts. While progress towards its ambitious goals has been slow, the accord still continues to serve as a framework for global cooperation and action on climate change. With the recent re-entry of the U.S. into the agreement and growing awareness of the urgent need for action, there is hope that the world can come together and tackle this existential threat and create a sustainable future for all.
That was for sure a different segment.
That's some country teamwork right there, making our planet better.
Whoa, Caden's a whole new person.
Nah, I was always like this.
Keep telling yourself that, man.
Okay, let's move on to restaurants with Dennis.
Hey Tiger Cubs, welcome to another food review. This week's episode is on Miss Cheese, a Japanese cafe on Arroyo Parkway in Pasadena. This is definitely going to be my favorite place that I review, and for good reason. The real reason anyone comes here is for the multitudes of different souffle pancakes, and in my qualified and no-so-professional opinion, they're the best pancakes in Pasadena. They're sweet, fluffy, rich in flavor, and there are lots to choose from, so you'll find something you like. And this is the most self-explanatory, but they are so pretty. I mean, you look at one, and you're already on your knees like, take my money. Which, on that note, they do come at a hefty price, so it's definitely a pick-your-poison choice, which is why I recommend taking your crowd. Alongside the pancakes, they have a lot of exotic bobas that you probably wouldn't find elsewhere. Willow wanted the Oreo Brulee Taro Milk, but when we couldn't afford it, the absolutely legendary staff brought us some anyway, so if that doesn't tell you about the astounding service here, I don't know what will. You're a failure, Willow. This is their fourth try this try. Ah, we got a big brain over here. Is there a brain in there? What really sets Miss Cheese apart from other cafes is the interior, and you might be like, Dennis, why are you so obsessed with the interiors of places? But I need you to hear me out. Let me put emphasis on bringing a crowd, because this place has a pool table, arcade games, mini foosball, and a bunch of other activities to try out. The atmosphere is very mellow and peaceful, plus you get to see them making the pancakes. Miss Cheese is definitely the not like other girls of cafes, and I had a lot of fun going, and if you go, I hope you do too. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.
Everybody's music.
Number 1, where is the Mr. Cheese? And number 2, the name and the food don't even match.
Okay, Caden, why are we getting mad now?
It ain't that deep, bro.
The food still looks good though.
The one thing that Caden actually got right.
Now let's move on to information for the nation with Izzy and Max.
Welcome to News in Twos. I'm Iswardio.
I'm Max Williano.
I'm just Winnie-O.
And this is Information for the Nation. On April 11th, Iran sent over 300 missiles at Israel, threatening to start a war with even the smallest retaliation. Though the U.S. will continue to support Israel and their response, they're urging for a more diplomatic approach.
Israel sent a small amount of strikes in response, but it seems they're trying to push the war away from the spotlight.
This is just one skirmish in a long line of disputes.
In other Israel news, the diplomats in Egypt are trying to get more humanitarian aid to the Palestinians. They're hoping for an all-out ceasefire and a release of all hostages.
The death toll in the Israel-Hamas war has now surpassed 33,700 deaths, reported by the Ministry of Health in Gaza.
About 70% of these deaths are women and children.
This also comes as the Israeli Defense Force, IDF, reported that they've killed 5,000 to 8,000 Hamas militants, which is expected to be 2/3 of their armed regiments.
Israeli military casualties have reached over 600 since the start of the war.
After a torrential storm in Dubai, a desert city in the Middle Eastern country, the United Arab Emirates, officials stated that this was a historic weather event, larger than anything since 1949.
This event was suspected to be partially caused by cloud seeding, when a plane flies through the clouds and launches special salt flares to simulate cloud formation.
This follows in the footsteps of many catastrophic weather events across the world,
such as flash flooding in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Indonesia, Tanzania, and even Hawaii.
Maine joined an agreement between some of the states to make sure the president is elected by popular vote.
It has the brisk name of the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact, and it basically says that once enough states have the majority of the Electoral College votes to sign on, they'll assign their Electoral College votes to the winner of the popular vote.
This would prevent candidates who lost the popular vote from winning the presidency. Unfortunately, the agreement doesn't have a majority of electoral votes, 209 of the 270 they need, so it will not come into effect this election.
Biden took a trip to his hometown, Scranton, Pennsylvania, and roasted Trump, saying,
"If Trump's stock in Truth Social, his company, drops any lower, he might do better under my tax plan than his."
Old.
Just because I'm quoting him doesn't mean I'm old.
Help,
Max.
help, I'm being repressed.
Oh, shut it.
Moving on, Trump's legal woes continue, with all 12 jurors being selected for the hush money case.
They're now selecting alternates, basically extra jurors in case anyone is unable to rule on the case.
If you're unaware, this case is about Donald Trump paying hush money to keep a scandal from reaching the media, which would have hurt his electoral chances back in 2016.
The illegality comes from how he logged the transaction as legal expenses.
So, how is your tax evasion trial going?
Oh, it's going great. I have this lawyer, his name is Rudy. He's just the best.
Rudy who?
Giuliani.
That's Trump's former lawyer. He's been in a lawsuit.
Oh no. I better call him.
Yeah, you should do that. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time on Information for Your Nation.
A lot of stuff happening, and there's gonna be some actual nice weather.
Bro, what do you mean? It's getting colder?
It's literally summer. Why are we getting colder?
Wait, summer is 2 months away.
2 long months.
Anyways, let's move on to Earth Dragon Lair with Alex.
Okay, so if I get this episode out on time, it should be Happy Earth Day and welcome to the Earth Dragon Slayer. I'm Potiony, and to celebrate, we're gonna take a look at Everdale, a charming little critter game. Here we go! In this game, you'll send critters out to the big market to gather resources to build an amazing settlement. As most of these European games go, you need the most victory points to win. Seriously, how many European games will ask me to get victory points? Now, the main way to gain victory points is to build your city according to the events or bounties in the middle of the playing area, as some characters are needed to complete quests and others are needed because of their symbol in the middle left. Once autumn has ended, it's time to wrap it all up and count those victory points. The game is over, and whoever has the most points at the end wins. Anyways, I've been Potiony, Happy Earth Day, and this has been the Earth Dragon Slayer.
Everdell looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems really dope.
If only it was real.
That would be sick.
It really would.
You know what's not cool?
And not dope.
Caden's cringy jokes.
What?
Who said that? I heard that too.
Bro, that was like the worst jokes ever.
Yeah, Caden, maybe you shouldn't make jokes, but at least you're appreciating Earth.
It's not supposed to be funny though.
Then why is it called jokes, my man?
I think Caden doesn't understand the meaning of the word jokes.
It says cringy jokes. Whatever, let's move on to trivia with Zoe and Felicity.
Dude, that was trivitastic, man.
Yep, that was a good wrap up on Earth Day.
That's some extra info I needed to know about Earth. That's pretty cool.
Well, that's all for this week, Tiger Cubs. Hope you enjoyed the Earth Day theme episode.
Adios, everyone. Have a great day.
Have a great Earth Day.
See you next time, Tiger Cubs.
Happy birthday!